So, we ricochet from one Donald Trump adventure to the next. It doesn't stop. You know, as I look over the last couple of months and everything that's occupied our time, as you know, we prepare next year's budget and we deal with all the challenges of operating a city. If, as they say, if it's not one thing, it's another. The Affordable Care Act, health, DACA, Affordable Care Act again, health, and of course the legacy of Donald Trump in regards to the events in Charlottesville and the tacit support he gives to neo-Nazis. But one of the themes that's underlying all of this is the fact that the American economy is unfair and screws ordinary Americans. It's not fair. And right now, there is a monumental effort being made in Washington to ruin the lives of millions of Americans and hundreds of thousands of families right here in Wisconsin. It may be one of the biggest rip-offs in the history of the nation. I saw the news this morning on one network with all this talk about tax reform and all this nonsense about reducing corporate rates, and what they didn't do is tell the truth about what is going on. The question is, how are they going to fund it? How are they going to fund the tax breaks for the billionaires? Not the millionaires, but the billionaires. And what is on the table and what is happening in the House of Representatives right now is an effort to end the tax deductions in terms of interest payments on mortgages and property taxes. This is going to have the simultaneous effect of depressing the values of people's homes, at the same time putting so many households at risk. Now, the facts are that 39% of taxpayers with annual earnings between $50,000 and $75,000, and 70% of taxpayers with annual earnings between $100,000 and $200,000 use this deduction. It is used here in Wisconsin. In Wisconsin, 32% of all taxpayers claim this deduction, with an average deduction of $3,551. So if you are the average taxpayer, if you're an average ordinary person who owns a home, you're going to be paying $3,551 more in federal taxes should this proposal go through. Now, what we're trying to do, and I say we, I'm talking about those who represent the residents of our cities, our towns, and our villages. What we're trying to do is stop this from even making its way into the proposal in the next week. There's two critical people here in Wisconsin in Congress that can have a lot to say about this. One is Representative Sensenbrenner, and the other, of course, is Speaker Paul Ryan. So what I'm recommending and asking is that every homeowner, especially people in Representative Sensenbrenner's and Representative Paul Ryan's districts, contact these members of Congress and make it real clear what the consequences are going to be if they lose these deductions for their mortgage interest payments and their property tax payments. And Wisconsin, of course, will be one of the hardest hit states in the country should this become law, since we rely so heavily to fund our schools, our cities, and our counties utilizing the property tax. And since it's a statewide issue, we'd also expect leadership from our state officials to contact Representatives Sensenbrenner and Ryan, Speaker Ryan, on this matter. We've provided for you a document prepared by the Government Finance Officers Association on the impact of eliminating the state and local tax deduction. This is something of a shock to our economic system should it be adopted. And again, it's going to be one more effort to create more economic imbalance in this country. They're going to take this money from average folks, from all those homeowners here in Wisconsin, and they're going to use it to fund the tax cuts that they're going to give to the rich, to the corporations, lowering the corporate tax rate and lowering the responsibilities for the billionaires. So, this is part of my job. I'm doing my job, and I just hope that Representatives Sensenbrenner and Ryan will do theirs. Questions? Okay, cool. Thank you. It's been a pleasure.